your 2026 Philadelphia Eagles.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into these short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
We've set it down from 37. First down throwing for Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front block. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. Keeps on moving into the red zone. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they could take it to the house.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
He didn't get the full chance to build on his MVP runner-up season. An injury ended 2024 after just 8 games. But Dak's got a few more weapons around him. He's got a new head coach, a play caller, and at this stage of his career, he's got to make the most of it.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it up to the 35, but this is short. 3rd down coming up. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Prescott to sneak it. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
1st down, here's Dak. Shovel pass complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun is Prescott. It's on target to Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. And the Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Now a toss running left with Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Dak now from the gun. This one's reeled in downfield by Ferguson. And he has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. Dropped by the 1st guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
Third down, 1 yard to go. QB sneak coming. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2.
Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, sending an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know, successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Draw play, this is Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle, stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass, and they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Prescott here from the gun. Ball is caught. And this one doesn't go far. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Working now from the gun. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cowboys finish off their opening drive. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys start off well to tie things 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Set to return it. Here's Will Shipley. Shoots away from one. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Second down now, they need 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, a run with Barkley. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Here's Hurts. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
15 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Hurts now from the gun. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. They'll move the chains after that pickup of
12 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
5-yard gain on the
5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. It's inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a second quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
Okay, you know what a run like that does for everybody? For the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense. It just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7.
Cowboys 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Dak off the play fake. Catch made by Schoonmaker. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. The both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
So first down from the 41. Another run for Williams. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Another Cowboys first down.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and saying these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers. But they show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Short pass brought in. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Give to Williams from the gun. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. And on the sound pad, that incredible breakout season last year was Zach Bond.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's another Cowboys first down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Straight ahead with Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Jack to the air here. Right side, Ferguson's got it. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Small pass, big results. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football. And once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
He's going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on 3rd down. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Catch made. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Prescott. Dump off caught by his back. And he's out of bounds behind the line, so that's going to add a couple yards on to this 3rd down.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This from 30 yards out. Aubrey puts it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Bigsby with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They go play fake with Hurts. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The rookie from Florida in on that stop.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Hurts to throw. He went open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throw here, third down. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And again, here's Hurts. And nothing doing after the catch, but a good gain on it. They're down to the 35. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They kick the running back in motion. First down throwing for Hurts. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Hurts yet again. It's a screen to Barkley. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. All right, we see he's a little worse for wear after delivering that throw. Gonna have to take a few moments as they come out to look at him. Coming to the line for another first and 10. Finds Brown right side. And he gets this forward to the 19.
His pass complete to number 11, A.J. Brown. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the Cowboys' 19-yard line.
5 still to go here. This is second down. The key from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Complete to Devontae Smith. It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Coming to the line for their 9th play of the drive. This is third and 3. It's Hurts once again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He's not going to get to the end zone. The stop is made in time at the 2, but hey, 4 more chances coming. They've got a first and goal. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
2-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11.
21. Cowboys 10.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys taking over on offense. Not much time left before halftime. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. First down, here's Dak. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene and to pick it off. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion. You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. Elliott connects there. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
And with that one, you're going to see some salty, foul moods in that locker room. You hate all turnovers, but that one led to 3 points, and you hate those even more.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
He's back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. The final throw before the break. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our 3rd quarter gets underway. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also pulls the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Dak now from the gun. Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 11.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's gonna force 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You gotta read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you gotta react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Cowboys putting it away here on 4th, and it's the long-time vet Brian Engeron now. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's not far from that 1st down marker, is he, partner? Up to the 47th. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Dumped off to his running back. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Has it down close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
Eagles 31, Cowboys 10. Jake
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tolbert now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Dak off the play fake. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Prescott, a quick throw, complete. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play action now for Prescott. Schoonmaker's there to haul it in. And they are going to have to face a third down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
He keeps it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Up the gut they go with Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
And 10 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Dak to the air here. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. He's going to run for it. He's got the first down grab and still going. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's good for a Dallas first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you've got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
1st and 10, here's Prescott. Completed here to Pickens. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. George Pickens, the touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say, it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cowboys get it back to a 14-point game.
Cowboys 17.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Bigsby with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones, continuing to hit this defense. More good numbers well into this second half. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
First down now, ball at the 33. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. They go play action. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Cowboys bringing out an extra defensive back on third. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Escapes a defender. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that one.
And he's going to wind up out of bounds a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage, Brock. So they're going to be looking to make up some ground here on second down.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this third down. Throw here, third down. Pass complete to Goddard. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He dodged the tackle. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
They're going to run with Barkley. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, And now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. I'll try again with Barkley. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. With a 5-yard gain, that brings up 3rd and goal.
Now we get to a very interesting call on 3rd down. Kind of a crescendo to this drive. Can the defense rise up knowing there is no margin for error, just a single yard to go?
Barkley. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him.
Jake Elliott.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's Williams to start the drive. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Jahad Campbell on the stop. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Cowboys football as we're just really counting down the moments at this point. This game's gotten out of hand. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Drops this one down here for Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. He'll have the 1st down and even more. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
1st down. A gain of 19 yards. And a Cowboy 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
It's caught by Williams. And this one does not go far.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Prescott to throw once more. That is rejected at the line, as we say in hoops. Got a hand in the passing lane up front. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Sends this to the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. George Pickens the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys get it back to a 14-point game.
Cowboys 24.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
Bigsby with the return. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Hurts a chance to run it here. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, games that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Barkley trying this up the gut. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down throwing for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So it'll be 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
First down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All set to go now from the 35. On the handoff, it's Barkley. He has room past the 25. Keeps it moving. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles making a 3-score game in the 4th. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. A 5th rushing score for him as he moves 1 away from the NFL record. And he's done it so many times before in just this game, Brock. There he is again in the end zone leading that celebration.
I think they're running out of ways to celebrate.
I think so too.
Right? They work on these things. They love these celebrations, but my gosh, he's made a habit of visiting the end zone, and it's his effort, it's his want to, it's his will that has carried this offense forward for much of the game.
That one splits the uprights, and the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
24.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun is Prescott. Gets him on the in route. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's good.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. 1st down. Here's Dak. He finds Pickens left side. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Dak throwing again. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing again, Prescott. It's Pickens on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Cowboys 1st down. A gain of 7. 1st down, Dallas.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Another throw for Prescott. That's incomplete left side.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Back to the air, Prescott. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
I like crossing routes versus zone coverage. Man, do I love crossing routes versus man-to-man. So hard on those defenders to stick with those receivers all the way across the field. Even for the best athletes at that position, those throws are almost impossible to stop.
To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? ODB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Now it's Prescott again. Looking for somewhere to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Touchdown or bust for him here as they set up for 3rd and goal. 3rd and long for him here. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. George Pickens the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they can find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They've got first down here from the 36. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not for the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
It's a gain of 30. That's good for an Eagles first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Going to the ground again on first. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Barkley gonna try to smash his way in. And he's gonna fight for it and get in. Touchdown! The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. The 6th time he's run it in this game, and that ties the NFL record. What do you say we set up a picnic chair in there for him and save him some time, partner? That is the 6th time that he's run one in this game. And that earns him a well-deserved piece in the record book alongside Alvin Kamara, whose single-game mark he's just tied. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. 52.
Cowboys 31.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Tolbert now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys and George Pickens set for this next possession. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. We'll break the huddle. It's second down now. Dak now from the gun. Pass him on the quick hitter. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Third down, and they need to get 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a down. It's 1st down.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
One of guys there, and it's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. 1st down, a run with Barkley. Makes the tackle. And he takes it down to the 33. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Zone read give here to Barkley. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.